Hello there folks, sorry about the glance from the window. It's time to do another trip to the Sundsvall Record Fair, the spring version on Club Pipeline. But it will be a little bit different. As you know, the phone that I'm usually filming from is not the best right now with the microphone having trouble. So I do my intro and showing from afterwards what I found from here. But the camera works, so I will be able to film the flipping. So it will be a little bit different video from the record fair this time, but it will still be a video. So right now I'm going to hit the record fair and wish me luck that I found something really interesting. Well, back home again, and as you can see, I've changed. Just kidding. This is filmed a couple of days after the record fair. But the fair itself was a huge success, actually, when it comes to the month of sellers, because as some of you might remember from the autumn, it was a very, very small fair with a lesser amount of sellers. This time there was so many sellers that they had to open another door, so all the sellers could fit in, actually. So actually it was the biggest fair that I've seen in a long, long time. So that was all well. It was a good month of buyers also, of course, of people visiting the fair. So hats off to a great fair when it comes to the arrangement. I myself, though, had a little problem to get started, to find the right stuff, actually. And of course, some years they are a little cheaper fair, with the records aren't all that expensive. Sometimes they are expensive fair where it's prices for the biggest collectors that collect for money or the real special records and so on. And this year it was a more expensive one, but I have a hard time finding stuff that was interesting enough and for the right price. So I felt like I didn't come home with as much as I usually do, but of course I got home with records. I don't think there ever will be the day when I can go to a record fair paying $4 for entrance and then go home with nothing. I don't think that day will ever come. So I found some stuff, and let me start showing. I'll start with some CDs. This is The Killers, a band that I have discovered just about 10 years ago. And this is Sam's Town from 2006, produced by Flood, who, among others, have produced both Depeche Mode, U2, and so on. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Also, Freak Power and the album Drive Through Booty from '94. Freak Town, the name didn't ring that much of a bell, but looking aside, it said that this album is produced by Norman Cook, who also is a member of the group. Norman Cook is, of course, a former member of the Housemartins, but these days he's mostly famous for being Fatboy Slim. And Fatboy Slim being producer and in the band, then it can be experimental, it can be very groovy, very funky, very happy, and so on. So I have nothing but high hopes for this one. A Fatboy Slim album a little bit before he became Fatboy Slim. Now, vinyl, starting with jazz. We have Howard McGee and Milt Jackson. This is a release from Savoy, and it is their French label. And Howard McGee is a trumpet player that I have only 2 records with, as far as I know, and both of them are a little bit more modern. He's a trumpet player that I learned about when I was younger, as a relatively new jazz fan, but he's not all that easy to find records with, and especially not old recordings. But this is recordings from The Forest, 1948, that have been released with replaced with Milt Jackson and Percy Heath from the modern what would become modern jazz, I would say, and Jimmy Heath at saxophone. So this is going to be very, very, very interesting. Issue from the 60s. It is. We have a Duke Ellington. Also, this is a reissue. This is Such Sweet Thunder. And interesting here is that this is songs that where Duke Ellington have orchestrated and composed songs for different plays by William Shakespeare. That a project that came up when Duke Ellington and his band were playing in the town at the same time where there was a festival for Shakespeare and the theater place. Ellington and Billy Strayhorn were talking with the owner of this, one of the arranger of this festival, and they decided that, hey, we can do music to Shakespeare theater works. So it's very, very interesting to hear how Duke Ellington had managed to do that. Now it is soul time, and it is with an artist that I have not that much with. I discovered her when I watched a couple of years ago episode of the classic soul program Soul Train with Don Cornelius. He had this lady singing live, and I got fascinated by her music. So I managed to find some records here and there since then, but not that much. It's just not all that easy to find. But for $3, I managed to find the second album ever by Zulema from 1973, Miss Z, and released on Success. So she has a great voice, and it's going to be very, very interesting to listen to. Zulema. Turning up with a little bit more guitars, but still keeping it kind of funky. A band that I have been showing a couple of times, and that I also bought a live album with not too long ago at the record fair. The Mother's Finest, a real funk rock group that have made some fantastic songs. Mickey's Monkey, it's Baby Love, fantastic songs, highly recommended. This is Mother Factor from 1978. Going to be very, very interesting. And finally, we have one of my favorite musicians and soul vocalists in early recordings. This is George Benson and an album called Summertime from 1977. And this is the songs, though, are not from 1977. This is actually a compilation with where they have put together the songs from his first years as a band leader. He played with John Hammond, and he played with Jack McDuff, and then started his own band in 1966-67. So these are the first recordings with George Benson's first own band. And we have Lonnie Smith also at organ, Hammond organ. So this is going to be very, very interesting. As you know, I love Hammond organ, and I love George Benson's guitar and playing and singing. So this is going to be very, very interesting. So that is what I found at the record fair this year. Well, I'm not sorry. I felt like I bought some real quality stuff that I'm really, really looking forward to buy, and that is most important. I can't buy the entire fill a bag every time. But once again, a fantastic arrangement by the Club Pipeline and by its primus motor, Thomas Lundmark. And I really hope to looking forward to another fair in the autumn. So I hope that you enjoyed this little different kind of report from the Sundsvall Record Fair without any talking outside, but still it was footages from the record fair. So until next time, I hope that every one of you have a really nice time. No matter where you are, no matter what you do, take care and so long.